Did I just say that?
£100 note.
Yeah, I just said that.
You did say that out loud. This woman's for sale.
Seriously, I should just not talk.
No, you're all right. I don't want to talk about the second half of the movie because that's what caught me.
Let's talk about pounds.
Pounds, yes. We're rolling. Oh, okay. So, Charlize, hi.
Hi.
Hi. First off, can you introduce us, before we get into your character, can you introduce us to that guy there and tell us a little bit about the characteristics that make up him?
God, he does not look good. He needs a new publicist. He is, that's Hancock, and he's a depressed, alcoholic, mean superhero. Go see it.
Well, that's it. Should we leave it there? No.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, if you're not going to see it now, I mean, a superhero drunk, how many times have you wanted to see Batman drunk? Come on. You're not going to see it in the Batman movie. You got to go see Hancock to see a superhero drunk. No, he's just tired of saving the world. So now he drinks.
Oh, well, introduce us to your character then, and tell us a little about how her dynamic and Hancock's dynamic work at the beginning of the movie.
Well, he's not a very liked person in LA where he's saving people, and he's not really making excuses for it. So there's a lot of animosity with the city towards him. So when he kind of enters our life, mine and Jason's, our animosity is not found suspicious, but there is some suspicion towards my character Mary, because I think it's quite evident right from the beginning that there's a connection between the two of them, and that there might be an attraction there, and she's a married woman. And
it's interesting because watching the movie, it seemed like that house is almost like a microcosm of how the public feel about Hancock. On one side, you've got yourself, the cynical part of it. You've got Jason Bateman being the guy trying to help, and then you've also got Erin being the wide-eyed innocent. Was that kind of apparent as you were making the movie?
And Monty the dog,
oh, well,
Monty the dog. Yeah, I mean, look, what I really loved about that whole family situation was that I felt that Mary was somewhat controlling in creating that environment. And when I read the script, I was very suspicious of that. Because the first 50 pages, she just kind of came across as this very perfect housewife, soccer practice and spaghetti madness on Mondays. And, the whole schedule of the family was just kind of running like this. And, I tend to be very suspicious of people who do that. And I was right with her. I mean, she's hiding she's doing that in order to hide a darker secret about herself.
You want to tell me, don't you? You can't help yourself. That's right.
I'm a man. That's it. Turns out I'm a man in the movie.
Because I'm a woman. This could work either way.
I was going to say nice rack, but I was holding back.
Yeah, many have said so before. Many have got lost in there. Right, in terms of... I'm really sorry. In terms of superhero movies... I'm not on camera, by the way. This is not going to make it to it.
I'm just going to look like the drunk idiot. That's great.
Yeah.
Put him on camera right now.
Which is cool, man. This is going off a cliff. In terms of superhero movies, obviously audiences are very, very familiar with how Hollywood presents superheroes. But is it interesting for you, and what opportunities does it provide to have this kind of interesting spin on it?
Well, it's interesting. Obviously everything I said, the fact that he's drunk and depressed and all that stuff, but also just we haven't had a new superhero for quite some time, and I think 80 or more years. So there was something interesting in saying, well, if we're going to create a new superhero, what are the things that we've it's kind of like, I don't know, when there's no analogy I can come up with right now, but what are the things that we miss when we watch those superhero movies? What are the things that we ask? And I think for many a days we all sat in a room and kind of went, okay, all the superhero movies we watched, like what are the things like, okay, the suit, okay, let's talk about that, and I think what we realized was it's very iconic, and it's somewhat, this image that we've gotten so used to. So how do we take that image and turn it upside down and maybe give him all these human flaws? Everything that's bad about a human being, let's put that onto somebody who can fly drunk, which you shouldn't do. You shouldn't. Friends don't let friends fly drunk.
True. So in that way, does it help that you obviously have made sure that this is a very, very real world that Hancock exists in to create the greater contrast by using things like the YouTube and PR and that sort of thing? Does that help create that contrast?
Well, it just made it very surreal, especially because we shot in LA, which is where I live, and so it was like everyday life. It was like, I went home and it was like the same. Yeah, it's the computer. It's everything that we have right now, and there's no, we're not eating pills. We're having hamburgers still, and so to take that very contemporary world that we know so well and to throw a guy in with surf shorts and flip-flops, which is very LA, and but he can throw whales back into the ocean and save the world, like that was really surreal and I think great. Then to kind of create this world, which is again what we're used to. We're used to this kind of fantasy world when we go and watch a superhero movie.
Obviously, you've got experience working with Will before on Bag of Ants, which I watched the weekend.
I don't know.
I wonder if maybe you're the person to ask about this. I mean, it seems to me that people don't know anything about this character, don't know anything about this movie, and yet already it feels like a Will Smith movie. If that makes any kind of sense.
I think people are going to be surprised. We were in the same movie 9 years ago. We didn't really get to work together, and I think we were both really bummed out by that. We had like 2 quick scenes, and I'm a huge fan of him because I find his movies. I find somebody of his stature. I find him very interesting because I think very easily when you get to that place. I mean, the guy is a super mega star and could so easily just kind of sit back and go, I have this in the bag, and go to work and close my eyes and just do it. And Will he just isn't that guy. And I think that's why I like working with him, and that's why I would like to continue to try and work with him again if he'll have me, because he challenges himself. And so I don't think we can kind of say what a Will Smith movie is anymore. I mean, when you look at his last 3 movies, he's always surprising us. And even yesterday he was telling me about his new film that he's shooting right now, and I'm just like, whoa. So I'm always interested to see what he's going to do. And I think, it's always wrong for the actress in the film to talk about how original her latest movie is. But this is a very original movie, I think. And especially to have somebody like him in it, it's really cool.
Cool. She's going to kick me out, so thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
I'm sweating to say bump it.